I'm gonna chalk some of it up to February. But I'm disillusioned with some of you and very disappointed with a host of you. And that is especially Mongo Nation, because you cannot be wasting your time, or eventually mine, on whether some dress is blue, black, gold, or white, and to the point where I'm watching. First of all, I get a text last night from my producer, who usually doesn't text me at night unless it's something important, and says, listen, I'm being deluged. You have to please just tell me what you see in this picture. And I'm like, what am I missing here? Is this some kind of trick? What am I missing? Is it a gimmick? Who is this person? Do I know this person? I'm looking at a dress. Then I'm like, why do you care? I mean, this cannot be what you're spending your night with. And then I wake up this morning and it's on CNBC. The same thing. I turn on another show, it's on that channel. So somebody is laughing at everybody by getting the whole Western Hemisphere today to be looking at some jeweled dress to decide what color it is in a certain light. Shame on everybody. There is a perfect example of the excesses of social media. And Mongo Nation, come on, guys. I know, and ladies, I know it is February. I know it's slow, but come on. It can't be that bad. Let me recommend a movie. Or a book, please. Something. The Stephen Hawking movie, very good. Check it out. Even McFarlane, if you want to take the kids, good movie. And you know what? Kevin Costner makes good sports movies. Let's be honest. He doesn't make great regular movies. I mean, anybody who actually could sit through Waterworld or a couple other of Costner's movies, he's made some, rumor has it, or I can give you about 5 or 6 other really just terrible movies. But his sports movies, starting back where he really began, which was in a bicycle movie, if you remember, American Flyer. Was it American Flyer? Was that the name of the movie? I think it was American Flyer. Was it not? Was it American Flyer? No, it might not have been American Flyer. Hold on. Let me think of the name. His brother's it's him dying. He thinks his brother's dying. He's dying from a cerebral hemorrhage. He's a bike.
American Flyers.
American Flyers. That's it. American Flyers. Okay. That's the first one you saw him in. Then obviously you've seen him in a movie that a lot of people didn't like, which was not a bad movie, For Love of the Game. It was not a bad movie. Where he's kind of depicting Jack Morris, which is who he's supposed to be there. Which is not awful. But Costa makes good sports movies. He really does. Tin Cup is not a terrible movie. I mean, part of it's a little ridiculous, but it's not a terrible movie. It's a watchable movie. And then Draft Day, some of the sequences, as far as the trades, are just utterly ridiculous. I mean, just the whole sequencing of trading up to 1 and trading back and getting the picks and bluffing guys into 3-2s, and the whole thing's silly. But the depiction of how an NFL team works is really not that bad. I mean, the acting is hideous because you didn't use actors, you used real people, so some of it is just awful. I won't say which ones, but some of it's just dreadful. The bottom line, though, is it's not terrible. It's a sit-throughable movie, but McFarlane is actually good. It's a good movie. And it's an interesting story. And it happens to be a true story. Now, I'm sure it's been, changed a little bit. I'm sure it's been heightened a little bit and, tweaked here and there, but it's a true story. About this coach who gets his last chance in a real poor California farming town where a lot of the population are migrant farmers and their families, immigrant kids, daughters and sons of immigrants. They're in a really dirt poor school. First day there, he gets in a fight with the head coach of the football team, so he loses his job there, but the guy keeps him on. And he convinces him that they should have a cross-country team. Because he says, wow, these guys, you know what, they can't play football, but they're fast. And then he kind of learns their life. They learn his life. He learns their life. He goes out and actually does what they do. He goes out and picks lettuce with them, and he can't believe how hard he worked. And they go do that before they go to school, and then run afterwards, and basically appeals to, hey, you guys work so much harder than these other kids, because these kids get up, they go to school, they have a soft life, they have, middle class life, they watch TV, they take it easy, they have it made. You get up, you work, you go to school, you work again, you practice, you can do anything. And they basically transform this laughable cross-country team into a championship cross-country team, and then build a dynasty in the state of California with this team. And what happened to the guys from the first team, and it's not all a bed of roses. Some of them became policemen and teachers. Some wound up in a penitentiary. So, but it's a good movie. Really, really, really well made. McFarland. Try that out. Try Eddie winning the Academy Award the other night and deserving it for his portrayal of Stephen Hawking, which is a fascinating movie. Better than sitting around deciding what color some dumb dress is. I want to meet the person who started that nonsense, because it is everywhere. Just shows you what goes on now. Hey, let me see if I can get 10 million people involved in this nonsense. I think they succeeded. Scott in East Hanover, what's up, Scott? Yes, Scott.